Korra haters, why do you exist? Were you really such a pansy that as soon as she came on the screen, you decided to permanently hate her because she displayed signs of confidence? I loved Avatar The Last Airbender when I was a small child. I am very close with Aang, Katara, and Sokka since day one. I even grabbed up the very first comic book from the book fair in elementary school. The comic kinda sucked, honestly. I was expecting something cool, and it was just episode 1 and 2 from the animated series. I enjoyed it for what it was, though. It allowed me to visit the world of Avatar without using a TV. I even played the Atla Flash games that were available on Nick.com. Why would I not? Treetop Trouble? You get to play as Sokka and use his boomerang. Of course I played that. One of the best Avatar games of all time. Which is saddening. Where's our pro-bending video game? I was 12 years old when Legend of Korra premiered for the first time. I was at that premiere on Saturday morning, April 14th of 2012. And I watched both of the first episodes, right then, back to back, without budging from that TV. I was there when she first exclaimed that she was the Avatar, and I have to deal with it. And I was there when she stopped an elite-level waterbender from unleashing his fury by wiping bending from the entire world. That is only Season 1 lock. I'm begging you to not get me started, but I feel like I've been pushed to this point before I even get the chance to beg. I am a fan of both Atla and Locke, but Korra has been our Avatar for the last 13 years. I've been standing with her for 13 years, and to see the hate that she is being thrown just because she's mentioned in the setup text for the new Avatar series is crazy to me. It says that after Korra, the title of Avatar marks you as humanity's destroyer instead of humanity's savior. Well, do you realize there's going to be 2 Avatars now? Of course one of them is humanity's destroyer. And, oh, we have 1 Avatar left. That must be humanity's savior. Do I really have to spell it out for you like a little kid? Did you just never grow up after watching Atla and now you don't know how to read into key setup points for future plots? Why are you so mad that Korra was mentioned? Is it because your precious Aang hasn't been mentioned since the live-action show? You guys got an entire live-action show, and you're going to receive animated movies in the future about Aang and the gang. Why are you trying to act like Korra is some kind of grand villain that you never want to see again? Are you trying to starve out an entire section of the Avatar fandom? Are you trying to make sure that Korra doesn't get any future content? Do you realize how unfair that is? No one says anything about Twinkle Toes, but as soon as Korra gets brought up, it's nothing but hatred. Well, okay, Aang fans. By the way, I'm wearing Aang on my shirt. I love him. Can't believe I'm having to fight with you guys right now. Well, okay, Aang fans. That doesn't seem very Aang-like, Aang fans. I'm pretty sure Aang didn't even hate Fire Lord Ozai, Aang fans. So why are you spreading hatred, Aang fans? Is it because Korra's too solid for you? Does Korra go a little too hard for your nature? Because that's the only thing I can come up with. She's simply too cool, and y'all just hate her for that because you can never be that cool, so you just don't get along with it. I understand that. I hate cool stuff too. That's why I'm an Avatar nerd. You guys remember in the Ember Island Players when they got a female to play the role of Aang and it actually worked? That's your guy, right? That's your guy. See, my guy is a literal teenage girl, and she still goes harder than your guy. You don't win this fight. I'm sorry. I'm not the one who picked it. Literally, all of you Korra haters are at fault here. I've been standing with her since day one, and there's a reason for that. I truly believe Korra would have been on the front lines against the Fire Nation invasion if she was the Avatar at that time. You know who was the Avatar? Twinkle Toes. You know what Twinkle Toes did? Hopped on his pet bison, flew to the center of the ocean, got trapped in a thunderstorm, fell into the ocean, and then had to use the Avatar state to encapsulate himself and his pet bison in a giant ball of ice. That's weird. Oh wait, it gets worse. Since the Avatar is now nowhere to be found at this time, the Fire Nation decides it's now time to spring their plan into full effect because who's gonna stop them? The Avatar is nowhere to be found. But that's okay because he's just a 12-year-old boy, right? Of course he ran and hid. Well then why do you hate Korra so much for running headfirst into things? She's just trying to combat her problems, usually in a literal sense. Oh, so that must be what it is. You hate her because you're used to Aang, the one who runs away, instead of Korra, who only runs away when her mentality literally breaks. Which happened because of the unbelievable trauma she was put through by some of the most powerful benders that existed at that time. You're hating on one of the best avatars we could ever ask for and comparing her to the likes of Aang, who gets nicknamed Twinkle Toes by a 12-year-old girl. How does this even hold up? I feel like there's some underlying stuff that I'm missing here. Aang took 3 seasons to defeat Fire Lord Ozai. Korra defeated Amon, Tarlok, the Red Lotus, Kuvira, and Unalaq, the Dark Avatar, all in the matter of 4 seasons. She has actively defeated some of the greatest threats to humanity multiple times over, and all Aang did was defeat a Fire Lord. How are you still hating on Korra? I don't think you even have a right to anymore. I mean, personally, I never started throwing shade on Aang until after I saw Korra receiving infinite hatred and disrespect. What did she do to deserve that? What did us Korra fans do to deserve that? We all want more Avatar content. But you realize Nickelodeon and Avatar Studios sees you hating on Korra, right? And if they see the audience hates Korra, they are going to try to take Korra away from us, right? Is that how you want to treat your fellow fans of the Avatar series? We know you love your peaceful little bald guy. We love him too. Now stop hating on our strong buff girl and we'll get along just fine. Otherwise, I'm going to have to post another video just to prove even more of my point, because I promise, I have plenty of ammo in this situation and I don't want to have to use it. But I will. I swear. I feel like some of you forgot what happened in Legend of Korra because it's too complex for you to wrap your head around. I get it. Spirits are hard to understand. But at some point you're supposed to use your brain and understand what's happening. I'll make a video about how important it was that Korra opened up the spirit portals if I get enough likes on this video. A lot of people think it was her ultimate mistake, but I think it was one of the best things an Avatar could have done, even though it was a huge risk. I'd love to sit here and keep talking about Korra and Aang with you guys, but it's gonna have to wait for another time. Please just stop the Korra hate. You know it's for no reason, and if you truly loved Aang, you would lighten up on his successor a little bit. Neither Aang, Roku, or Kyoshi would appreciate the way you guys have been treating her lately. If you guys love Avatar, then please stop hating on Korra. She's one of the Avatars, she did a really good job, and you gotta deal with it. Thank you very much for making it to the end of the video. Until next time, stay vigilant. Caleb Smith, signing out.